Is it time? Is it time yet? When does the 12th day of Christmas start? I think someone answered that question before, but is it the first day of Christmas yet? Anyway, this is me just doing a quick reminder. Christmas is around the corner. 13 days from today. Someone says, good day, Didi, what's up? What's up with your electricity? I shared the testimony on Tuesday now. You were not here. I did pray, Master Jesus. I have a testimony, and you remember that thing I ranted about on Monday? On my way back from work on Monday, I saw PHEDC, I see their Hilux, I see their ladder, I see that, yeah, they actually fixed it that Monday, so I had power. But I didn't have power yesterday night, and it's because of National Grid. So that one is a general problem, so I'm happy. I'm one of those people that are very, very happy when the reason behind the power outage is a general something. I cannot be the only one in darkness. Yes, I'm that kind of person. My name is Denise Dennis Wall. How's your mind? How's your body? And of course, how is your soul? I have a conversation, or we have a conversation, and it is centered around debt inheritance. DET, debt inheritance. I reminisced on the movie, what's that movie that Fowl starred in that day? Something Daddy. Who can help me remember? It premiered around the Christmas, and then there was a part 2 of it. I'm trying to remember, but you know how everybody in the family, both the children that were known to the family members and the ones that nobody knew existed, and the families that nobody knew existed, showed up. Immediately they heard this big man, this rich man had passed. Daughters, brothers, sisters, yes, wives, ex-wives, even domestic staff members, to the driver, to the cleaner, to the cook, everybody showed up after this man's demise because they wanted property. So it's common. It's not only in the movies. In reality, when someone dies, it is very common to find relatives rush, not to come and cry. So it's Throwback Thursday. Let's throw back to some scenes in Nollywood movies when they hear someone dies. Hey, whoa, Emeka le, Emeka. Hey, Emeka promised to train my children in school. Oh, He said that by next year, as this one, their children will start university. He will be the one to sponsor. He not gonna die. Who will not train these children for me? Who will not help me? This man that I'll be helping this my family. When we are hungry, help us. When we are dying, help us. Even when my wife carried this last one pregnancy, they say, yes, I don't have money. I run to him. He helped me, or he give me money for operation. Now that you have died, now who will help me? Help, Emeka. No. So if your name is Emeka, sorry, I just had to use your name. Sorry. After they finished crying, he was such a good man. No, the person that killed him, it will not be better for him. Wicked people everywhere. Such a young man, so full of life, he just gonna die like that. So the property that is remaining, how are we going to share it? You know me now, I'm the first son in this family. Emeka was my younger brother. So as the first son now, you know that I will take lion's share. Then whatever is left, we will share it between. Call his lawyer, let's know what we are doing here. Sounds familiar, right? It's very common to find relatives rush to claim properties, inheritance. How many of those relatives care about debt owed by the deceased and how to pay? So imagine you're seated waiting for the will to be read. That is, if there's a will. If there's no will, you guys go through the traditional pattern of how, properties are distributed in the family, who gets what and what. And then someone comes to say, this your brother, or this your sister, or this your husband, or your wife is actually owing Nigeria Info Bank. He's owing over 200 million naira. Nigeria Info Bank. And this is what is going to happen. He used this building as collateral. So who is going to pay? Who he sometimes they even state who will pay. Some people are like that. They state who will pay in the agreement before securing the loan. But let's assume they didn't state anybody. You say, okay, so who is going to pay so that the loan is cleared and we don't have to take the property? What you see in the movies is that everybody will start standing up one by one and they will leave. Which kind of problem is this one? We came to collect money. We came to share money. We came to share properties. We came to share inheritance. Which one they are coming to tell us that our brother is owing? Our brother cannot be owing. Is he owing? The wife will say, me, I don't know. Which one is you don't know? How can you not know if your husband is owing money? And who is owing? Why would he even have all this kind of money in this world and come and be owing bank 200 million? And then they start that argument, and before you know it, everybody does not want wahala. So a debt inheritance is basically any financial obligation passed down to an heir after a bereavement. While beneficiaries are generally not personally liable, the deceased's estate is responsible for meeting obligation. That is, of course, if they had things pretty organized, because I know there are some big men and big women who have everything, but they never for once thought to document, thought to get a lawyer, thought to get somebody responsible for the running of the estate and all of that. So when a close family member dies, such as a spouse or a parent or a sibling, worrying about their financial affairs should be the last thing on your mind. What you guys would mostly think about is how to bury this person, right? Put the person 6 feet and then think of how to move on. But if they had any unpaid debts, it's important to know if you could become responsible for the money owed now that they are not around to make repayments, especially if you are the next person listed on the credit agreement. And it could be from little debts. A woman once posted on social media that her late husband used to use a particular laundry service. And before he died, he had given them some clothes, and they were supposed to wash and iron them and return them. But then they came to the house after not seeing him for a while, and they told the wife that, your husband wash clothes and iron clothes with us. These are the clothes. This is the money to be paid. And the wife says, how is that her business? Was she the one that went to wash cloth or iron cloth? Why should she be made to pay? The husband that they are looking for is dead. If they want to go and collect money, they should go and collect the money from the grave. And the owner of the laundry wanted to make a case out of it. But you are his wife. At least you should be able to clear the debt. Her argument was these were not her clothes. She did not wear them. She did not take them to the laundry. She did not send them out to the laundry. She was not even going to wear them to start with. Why should they come and bother her with paying that amount of money? Maybe 3,000, pata, 2 pairs of up and down and all that, washing and ironing, maybe top 250, down 250, I'm just saying. Or you are passing and someone reaches out to you and say, Oga, no vex, so sorry, say your madam don't die, you chai. It is well, God will help you people. How is children? Fine. Chai, only you will not be thinking, I just wanted to tell you, your wife, before she died, she came to my shop. She collected palm oil, groundnut oil, rice, beans. She was supposed to pay You understand? But network was not connecting at the time. So she has my account number now. She used to transfer for me. Everything she's owing, 17,250. I said, let me meet you now so that you will pay. Or maybe it's 300 naira. Or maybe it's 400 naira. Or maybe it's 10,000, 100,000, 1 million, 2 million, 3 million. I'm asking because I do know for a fact that when family members are aware that a certain person usually does contribution, you know that contribution they do, they start at the beginning of the year and then by December they're supposed to collect the total money they have contributed. When family members are aware that there is that running contribution, they do not hesitate to reach out to the person that they contributed with, the Akawo woman or the Osusu woman, to say, our somebody was contributing money with you. It's the person's turn now. In don't die, but you know, carry the money where you go give us. They usually go after those persons. They can remember who and who. In short, some spouses will remember clearly who and who their partners or the spouse had mentioned was owing them. And after the person, they go to those other as to its debts as they have to inherit properties of their deceased. Now, if that sounds like a, large question and you don't want to personalize it, I have helped you personalize it. Would you be eager to inherit the debt of your deceased relatives? Assuming it was brought to your knowledge that your relative was owing, would you gladly bring out your money and pay? Or you would refer or direct the person to go and meet the dead and collect their money, or you will post them to someone else. Maybe you will now remember that the way you people were even related, you people were not related like that. Oh, that's no, you are not his brother. All those why you've been shouting at my brother. You guys were not brothers. You guys, he was your father, uncle, sister, brother, pikin, son. That's how you people are brothers. You now remember how long the relationship is. Be truthful. 0817 923 0002 and 0817 923 0003. 0002 and 0817 923 0003. We have to put Telegram that it is 0890306416 0809-0306416. Oh, Chief Daddy, yes, that's the movie. Thank you so much, WhatsApp brethren. Yeah, you are correct, Chief Daddy. Thank you. A call screener is in standby to take your calls first. So when you do call, the first voice you would hear will not be my voice, but of course that of a call screener. We're live on X at Nigeria Info page is our X handle, and our Facebook page is Nigeria Info 92.3 page. Go there, watch us live, but most importantly, be a part of the conversation by dropping your comments in the comment section. Promise from Mile 4. How are you doing today, Promise?
I'm good. Good afternoon, Didi.
Good afternoon. Talk to me.
Yes, concerning the topic, it's a very good topic, because just as you say, people are always ready to inherit money and properties and not debt. But you have to stand for the people you say you love, even in debt. So if they owe, you stand for them, you pay. Even though you cannot pay immediately, but at least there should be a form of negotiation.
Okay.
See, this is what is going to happen, or this is what is going to happen, or then you take responsibility. So I'm of that opinion that.
So would you be willing to take responsibility, Promise?
Yes, I would.
You would? Wow.
Yes.
And it doesn't matter how much?
That is why I say it's a matter of.
Oh dear, my network.
Know what to do.
Okay. Promise says he would be willing. Right? You should be able to stand for someone whether or not the person is alive. Would you stand by someone? Yeah. Did I follow to share me? So calm down. So what proof do you have that my brother owes you? Okay. He has not paid anything at all. I'm just aware that he owes you. Tony from Omok. Welcome, Tony, to me.
Good afternoon, Didi.
Good afternoon, Tony from Omok.
Wow. You are first narrator using an Emeka. I wonder of all names, the Emeka is what you should use.
it just came. It's just inspiration. Nothing personal.
That is on the latter note. Wow. On the crediting side, but not on the debit side. That is true. Because I have such an incident, not quite long, I think September. I took a friend to go and book for the hall. He owns a school. And they paid the money twice. And getting to that day, the man called that someone else has just booked it, that they are going to refund the money. And before that day, we heard that he's dead. And we went over to ask for that. The second said that he's dead, and there's something that anyone can just do about it, including the club, the owner of that event center. And I have to ask him, if this were to be the money that I'm just owing him, and he is late, won't you come and demand it? And that lady said that he will, but that this one is at a different level. After what, it's just the same thing.
What makes it different?
We just have to let it go. Because it came to a time that they were told, you will go and meet him now, let him play, and stuff like that. I have to let it go. But one who should be able to inherit good, you also be able to inherit debt. But that is a different thing. And I have so many examples, like my sister also, same thing. But all said and done, it depends on the amount that is involved and the capacity of that person to pay.
All right. Thank you so much. That's a lot. Muriel, let's hear from Muriel from Okrika. Hi, Muriel. How are you doing?
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Muriel.
Hello, can you hear me?
Muriel, I can hear you loud and clear. Go ahead.
Okay. Didi, I think if a family member dies and they are owing, and it's possible that some persons may decide to let go, But for those that refuse to let go, I think I'm coming to trouble the members of the family. For me, it seems it will be as if the soul of that person will not even rest in peace, knowing that they are owing, and the debtors are still demanding their debt. So I think family members should stay up, even if it means to sell the this person's property. And I think they shouldn't even rush, to just share the property. They should wait for people to come up, with proof, or not just with just come and say, hey, this that with proof that yes, this person is owing me. People will come up, then they clear the person's debt before sharing the remaining. Not just clear when you share everything. Therefore, one person is coming up, so everybody will just find their level. So for me, the person's soul will not just rest in peace if their debtors are still disturbing, their relatives. So I think they should pay up, much as the liabilities and the income, everything, should be enjoyed by family members. Thank you, Denise.
Now, when you started, you said the fact that people know someone is dead.
Hello?
Can you hear me? Muriel, can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you now.
Yeah. You started off by saying the fact that people know that someone that is owing them is dead, and they still go to the family to ask that the debt is paid. You're not comfortable with it. Why?
No, I didn't say I'm not comfortable with it.
Okay.
I said for me, this person's soul may not
rest. Okay.
Knowing that their debtors are still demanding, for the debt that they're owing, the soul of that person may not rest if their debtors are still troubling their family members. So I think family members pay up.
Okay.
This person's soul to rest.
Okay. All right.
It means to sell off their property.
Some people would rather they don't even come to say that your brother or your sister or somebody's owing. Yes. I mean, I wasn't the one who collected it. Except, of course, it is clearly stated in legal terms. And that is the more reason why, if you are the spouse to someone, I don't know how else we can emphasize transparency. If you're not being transparent with your partner, I wonder who else. So your partner does not even know that you're owing people. Your partner does not know who is owing you. You do a lot of deals behind and they're not aware. Sometimes you go as far as including your partner's name in some loan acquisitions and all of that, and listing them in some credit agreement, and they are not aware of it. Not until you die. So you're married. Chukwudi is owing me 20,000. I've been telling him to pay. I don't know why it's not forthcoming. Me, in turn, I am owing Denise. Please, somebody should owe me like how many billion? That's on a lighter note. I'm owing Denise, let's say, 20 million naira. I'm making plans to pay. I'm paying in installments. I have paid her 2 million. Is remaining 18 million. By next month, I should be able to raise. So by first week of March 2025, I would have been done paying. You're that transparent. Your partner knows. So, if Denise comes next year to say that your husband is owing me 20 million, you know that yes, he was owing you 20 million at some point. However, he has paid 3-point-something million and this is what is left. Because it's very easy to lie about things like this, especially when the dead cannot speak and they have no means of defending themselves. Right? So that's for couples rather. What about other people? What if the person was not married? What if it's a brother, a sister? My significant other was telling me one time about his deceased brother and how the deceased brother was doing some sort of contribution, and then upon, after the whole burial and everything, someone just remembered out of the blues that, hey, this lady he was doing contribution with a certain lady, and they heard, this was how it happened. They heard that the lady was running away with people's monies, right? And they remembered that their brother was doing that kind of contribution. So, was this lady also going to run away with their brother's hard-earned money, even though he was no longer alive? So they were able to trace her, got her arrested, together with the other people that were doing that same contribution, and she promised to pay, whether or not she eventually paid. So see how interested they can be, not because they needed to use the money for anything, no, but because they were aware that this woman was, doing some criminal stuff and she cannot get away with it. Now, she did not even on her own, if she was a sincere person, reach out to the family to say, your brother has been keeping this kind of money with me, oh. Now that he is no more, I feel the need to hand the money over to you people as his family to do with it as you please. Zion from GRA, welcome to the sunny side. Zion, you may have to call back. All right, I have Augustine. But before I take Augustine's call, let me read this message. Good afternoon. Oh, nobody nowadays is sincere to some extent. As for me, I will, if actually there is proof that I am not to be deceived. From D. Dumale Monday. Didito, the Nigerian info actress, hello. Didito, I now remembered you did a borrowed course in theater art in U Report Year 1. So my take on this is evidence sometimes helps. Because you go explain, Taya, no evidence. This is where that transparency you said comes in. Some spouse or family members should have one person they trust in the family. Even those who had establishment should have one person or a staff they trust that they can share transactions, accounts, etc. with for future purposes. I rest my case, little Chagoze from Abuja. I don't know what's happening to my phone lines though, but I've been experiencing a lot of dropped call scenarios. This one says, in my case, when my elder brother, whom I was putting up with, died, I went to a food vendor he normally collected foodstuff from to confirm if he was owing. Wow. I had to pay, despite that he ate the food alone with his girlfriend, as I was working as an office assistant then. I even went to the clinic where he was initially admitted before being referred to a specialist hospital to pay the balance, and the medical director was surprised. Are you serious? Not many people would do that. Or maybe many people could act. I'm glad we're having this conversation. 0817-923-0009. That's the alternative number to try. The other numbers are experiencing some network issues. 0817-923-0009. Again, 0817-923-0009. WhatsApp and Telegram number remains 0809 030 6416. 0809 030 6416. On X at Nigeria Info PH, and then Facebook page remains Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. Let me see. Trying to access your X messages now. If you're just joining us, it's still the sunny side right here on 92.3 Nigeria Info FM, and we're talking debt inheritance. How eager are people? You know, that same zeal with which one goes to share inheritance, or how do they call it now? Share properties when someone dies. Who would usually ask the question of, was this person owing? Is this person owing anything at all? How can we raise money to pay the debt? Are people eager to inherit debts as they are to inherit properties? Nigerian Info, good afternoon to you and welcome.
Zion from Port Harcourt.
Mrs. Zion, you're welcome back. Sorry about the network. Go ahead.
On this aspect of how to consider if their disease is owing, say debtor, to a bank, or even indebted to Denise or Mr. Zion, to a large extent, we don't visit this part of the discourse. Rather, we focus on the will and the people that are owing him upon them. To a large extent, our culture and tradition play the role why we can't go after these that are debtors. Our culture made it so tiny and slim that if you want to approach the question they will ask you, where is the evidence? Who was there? Eyewitness or any written document? Even upon showing up a written document, they still want to confirm. It happened to us. My community was owing my father. I mean, the debts were much. Thank God, though, when he was alive, he normally tells us, you see this building, I gave them 4 bags of cement to this community project, sand and this. So it was much. I think then, how much was the bag of, was it 3 naira, 300, something like that. So when something we do in our community as traditions, upon death, they open this contribution list from the beginning. If this person is owing or is not owing, I think some churches still practice it up to today now. Some churches do that. So they went through all what my father may have been holding my community. They found out that upon the first that few 6 months when he wasn't around, all those contributions he did not. So they asked us to pay.
Oh my goodness. What is all this?
We did not do with them. We paid them everything. We cleared it off.
Are you kidding me?
Yes, so are you not aware? This way. They pay. You they pay. If you don't pay, they don't go tell you. I'm telling you, your findings. So after that, it now got to us. Thank God my father had a written document of all the state properties. And when we approached the community leadership, although we now came to, we are not interested to pay when our disease are debtors. But if our disease are creditors, we want to rush towards that. My father gave Mr. Zion 200,000. When my father don't die, Mr. Zion, my father saying give you money, pay us our money. See, even the relative will file out to my community. We are looking for Mr. Zion. Come and pay my father. But upon they go to hear that their own father is owing Mr. Zion, will they want to pay? Relative, everybody will scamper. And are you and our father now? Go meet them now. So we are not fair. That is why, a large extent, I think I uphold our tradition and our culture in handling this matter. Just believe that upon you paying off everything that the community tax you, whether you are owing somebody or somebody is owing you, everything is wiped off. So they are burying you in peace and you are going to heaven straight.
Okay. Godwin from Alakaya says, good afternoon, Denise and Iswaldo. Concerning this matter, they won't inherit death from the disease because they see it as a burden or because of selfishness. But you can't also blame them. It is due to their financial incapability. That's why they can't inherit death from them. Before someone inherits death from the disease, he should be financially buoyant. What if it's not one person? What if the entire family comes together and they say, how much is the money? Let's share. Now, sometimes in legal terms, if you were listed as part of the, what's it called now? How do I explain? If you're the next person listed on the creditor agreement, sometimes they can do a waiver, not a waiver per se. They understand that you did not take this money directly and you're only going to pay because you have been listed and because you have your deceased relatives' interest at heart and all that, to avoid shame and all. They minimize the debt. At other times, you are actually supposed to inherit something, but only if you clear the debt. So, for instance, you're supposed to inherit this house, but this house has been used as collateral to obtain a loan from a bank. If you're able to clear the loan, then you get the house. If you're unable to do that, sorry for you. You forfeit the house. Good afternoon, DW. Right from when I was a kid, I used to hear from my mom that people inherit assets and liabilities. Businesses, due to prevailing Nigerian circumstances, can lead to bad as painful as it may be. If we're bereaved, we don't do choose. I'm Mr. Hanson from Port. I returned back money with me to deceased wife. The late husband bought a property from me and paid. After about 2 days, I heard that the man was kidnapped and killed. Immediately I heard about that, I went to the wife and explained what transpired and gave her back the husband's money, and she told me the husband told her about it, but she doesn't know me, and she said, may God bless you. I had peace and relief in my spirit. It's good to return money to the disease.
Nigeria Info. You talk, we listen.